I knew from my earliest memory that I was gay.
I was, kind of a loner growing up.
I was very awkward.
Called every name in the book.
They'd say fag or
nerd, egghead.
Like this, like that.
People walking by calling me a waste.
Yeah, the mainstream didn't want us.
And high school's kind of shitty. I mean, it's like...
just there being no allowance for someone to be different.
All through high school, I knew I was gay, but I hid it from everyone.
And consequently, I grew up knowing a lot of gay men, and it was just never something that even I thought twice about, that some men were gay and some weren't.
I was the typical straight girl. I had the boyfriend, I was the president of my high school, I played sports, but I knew I was different.
I felt like I had to be this, masculine, normal guy that, because people constantly say to me now, you don't seem gay to me. Like, I would have never known unless you had told me.
I would go to bed at night and I would pray to God that I wasn't gay.
The community that I had as a child was hating me and preaching to others to hate me and think something was wrong with me.
It took me a long time to come out because I thought my career depended on this image of a heterosexual woman.
Would call me gay, call me faggot, but I would always find a way to push that off or say, no, I wasn't.
Eric, I don't know if you know this, but I was actually bullied a lot when I was a kid. I actually had to leave 8th grade and go to another school because it got so bad. I was picked on for being different.
I remember being picked on all the time. And I got called queer a lot. And it just sort of the word that got thrown as a weapon.
And I had this kind of story in my mind that everyone was going to lash out at me and they were going to be mad and they were going to say, oh, you're going to hell. And when I thought about that, I became very depressed and I had actually contemplated suicide.
Why am I like this? I wish I wasn't.
I found a bottle of sleeping pills in my parents' medicine cabinet and took them. All of them. Just a few moments before I lost consciousness, I had a fleeting moment where I thought, if it does get better and I'm gone, then I've really screwed up.
It got better when I came out, when I was able to tell my friends and family that I'm still me, but I'm not quite who you thought. When I was able to say, I'm transgender.
So the thing about things getting better is it doesn't just happen once. Like, it's not one day you wake up and you go, oh my God, things are better. Things keep getting better over and over, and in really small ways. Things got better the first time I said to myself, okay, I admit it, I'm gay. Like, that was a huge step. Things got better the first time I told a friend and just somebody else other than me knew. Things got better when I stood before my brother, and it was like the hardest thing in the world to say, to admit it. And I couldn't even get through the sentence. And I started crying, and he gave me a hug, and he just like almost laughed at me. It was actually really an awkward situation, but he almost laughed at me and just said, yeah, it's okay. And he gave me a hug.
So don't let those bullies and those ignorant, fearful, small-minded people prove you wrong.
And every day, it gets better.
And again, I say, your life is in your hands, so that means that it's all, you're in total control. You determine where things can go, where they can start, where they can stop. It starts with you, and it really does get better.
I swear to God, it will get better.
You'll see that there's an entire world out there just full of love, without judgment, without prejudice, without ignorance, that's ready just to talk to you and accept you for exactly who you are.
It gets better.
Depression is treatable, and suicide is preventable. There is nothing wrong with you. You have something very special to offer the world. You can only do that if you're around to share it.
There's so much to look forward to, and I look forward to sharing it with you. I promise it gets so much better.
Things will get easier, people's minds will change, and you should be alive to see it.